The Triple B Podcast would like to invite you to come break bread with your brothers. If you like what you're hearing on the show, if you think we missed the mark, or if we got it all wrong, reach out to us on social media. We can be reached on Twitter at triple_B_pod or search Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast. We are the Brothers Breaking Bread on Facebook, and our email is brothersbreakingbreadpod@gmail.com. Further descriptions are in the show notes. Like, follow, friend, do all that good stuff, and please never forget to break bread with your brothers.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread Podcast in the house. Hey.
We'll have a little potluck. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. It's all this blackness, and we all just getting together, we playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling on the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to have everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot more than I could say to you guys.
Disrespect the last one. I'm gonna get my tired of y'all if you talk to me any kind of way. I'm sorry, I'm not in the kind of field. Okay? I should be. Oh, I should be? Okay.
Yeah, that was at a town hall meeting where a black man was talking to a nigga like Mr. Burns, a character from The Simpsons, and he said, "You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. We're not in a cotton field." And that white man said, "Well, you should be."
You said that was a town hall meeting?
He looked like Justice Stevens from the back.
Ooh.
He does. Yeah, he does.
It says here, is it? Cotton reference in debate. It doesn't show where it's at, but it seems to be everybody's in a nice suit. It looks like.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's my first time seeing it or hearing it. So
yeah,
but I don't know how that gentleman kept his
right.
I don't know how.
You know why he
stood there and not said anything about that? But could you imagine if, like we was talking about last week, he said that shit to Gary?
Right.
Oh, nigga.
They said you a good white man.
Gary,
be a good white man.
No.
But we use that to transition to we talk about. That's good. Y'all was asking some good questions like, how do we defeat this? How does this keep going on? Well, Florida is doing their part to bury history. That way, all this shit keeps going on. And like this is
keep it spinning.
And so, hold on. I might have my stories here mixed up because it all ties in together. Anyway, well, okay. So anyway, I don't know if y'all heard about the Florida bill where it's being touted as a bill where they say white people, but I guess it's like you can't make anyone feel uncomfortable when talking about these sensitive racial issues, but basically they're trying to make a bill where you can't talk about anything as far as like quote unquote CRT, which we know is not a real, it's not being taught at the high school level. They want niggas to be done with civil rights. Talking about civil rights, the history of Florida, which as up until 1960, 70, still had sundown towns. Let's keep it real. For the most part, there was a large part there where more than Georgia, more than the Carolinas, more than Mississippi, more niggas were being lynched there in Florida than a lot of those other southern states. Let's keep it real. Anyway, Florida School District cancels professor's civil rights lecture over critical race theory concerns. And I wish I had the sound bites from this professor. He is seems pretty. He was on the Dan Laboratory show talking about this today. And it really was a discussion about civil rights, the history of civil rights in Florida, and a lot of things that just, I don't know, because, of course, this shit don't get taught in high school, especially when you go to Blue Valley North. They're not talking about a lot of these. No. And for y'all that don't know, Blue Valley North's out in Overland Park. When I went there in 1995, I was the only black male in my high school graduating class. So they're not talking about none of that shit, right? But J. Michael Butler, history professor at Flagler College in St. Augustine, was scheduled to give a presentation Saturday to Outchea. What is that? Yeah, I'll be fucking up. County school district teachers called the Long Civil Rights Movement, which postulates the civil rights movement preceded and postdated Martin Luther King Jr. by decades. He said he was shocked to learn why the seminar had been canceled through an email Wednesday, but that he wasn't surprised because educators feel increasingly intimidated over teaching about race. We talked about the Supreme Court. We got two Ruben do educating too, but we got two educators here also. And on the Dan Lebatard show, it made me think about you, Joe, and Lady Lavender. They were talking about like how some educators, especially in Florida, that's where they were coming from, had this fear of just teaching about history. Now, not even the CRT bullshit that we've been pumping through the airways, but just basic history of Florida, basic history of the South, civil rights movement. There are a lot of teachers out there because, like, nigga, they talking about putting cameras in classrooms and cameras on teachers and, you know what I'm saying, like some real new age Nazi shit, bruh. So, what say y'all? I know y'all been following this shit, and I know Joe had a great T-shirt on his Facebook page. Love it. But anyway, what have y'all? What say y'all?
Ada and I have been talking, sharing, notes as far as lesson plans and that type of thing. Thank you very much, Ada. I plan on going through some of that and utilizing it. I think we're both blessed to be in urban centers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think we're encouraged to go ahead and tell the truth. We had an episode last year called a la carte history, and I think that's what we're experiencing here is that you've got the right wing that only wants to do the things that they feel like grabbing off the buffet, and they're leaving other facts, like this is history. You know what I'm saying? Critical race theory, this is history. We're telling the story, and we're telling our part of the story, and we are African Americans or Latino Americans. We are part of America. We are Americans. And this is our story, and it needs to be told just like everybody else's story. And to take it out of the frame of reference of what we're going to speak on is to tell history teachers not to teach history.
Mm-hmm.
And so, go ahead, sir.
Well, what I was going to say is the history of America is deeply rooted in racism. Well, racism is a part of the history, and that's the part that white people, I would say, is the most uncomfortable with. They don't want to deal with the fact that racism is a problem, has been a problem since, the birth of this nation. And will continue to be a problem until you actually sit down and confront the problem and deal with it.
And to piggyback on that, I don't know who said, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like not just the history of this nation, but the history of just humanity within itself, right? If you are reading history and you're not uncomfortable, you are reading propaganda.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, I have a question though, like to the educators, and you said something in that article that kind of stirred my thoughts. Like I've heard all the things about not wanting to make people feel uncomfortable in teaching critical race theory, and not wanting to make people feel bad about the past and what has happened in the past. But a word you used now was fear. And so for me, I know you guys are in schools and you guys are actually, kind of have a better pulse on what the school situation is like with that. What is the fear now? What is that? Because that's a big word to use, like fear, scared, intimidation. What is the fear that teaching critical race theory is going to stem? Like
I think here's what it is, and I'm a former high school teacher and former high school administrator, assistant principal. It's the parents, right? It's topsy-turvy now, right? We're catering, and my wife teaches 8th grade science, so it's the opposite of when we were growing up. Not to sound like an old man yelling on my front yard, but you know, the word of the teacher, which wasn't always great either, because you know, was what mattered. And now you get one pissed off parent who's going to show up at a school board meeting because they don't know. And I saw some of it as an administrator, right? When we'd be teaching, you know, say, and it wasn't me, but one of my English teachers, right, would be teaching a book like Bless Me Ultima or something like that. You know, it's got a little bit of pre-colonial Santeria type stuff in it, you know. And you'd have evangelical parents that would show up and say, why are you even talking about this in my class? You know, well, it's a fiction book, one, right? And what is the problem with showing the kids that there are different ways of worshiping, or that there is a cultural significance to this kind of thing, whatever, right? So I think they were doing a project for like Dia de los Muertos or something like that, right? For the Day of the Dead. Mm-hmm. And so you have these parents that be upset, right? And that's the fear, is that one of these parents is going to show up at the superintendent's door or at the principal's door, or, God help us, use their 3 minutes at a school board meeting at the front of the meeting, you know, to spout crazy stuff, right? And what do? Joe, you know this. You know, the best thing you want, the only thing you want sometimes when you're a teacher is for your administration to back you up.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Just back me up. You know, because I was on both sides of that, you know, and, you know, just back me up. The parent comes in, I just need your support. You know what I mean? And now these parents are getting so noisy that administrators are not backing up teachers in the classroom, right? And my wife goes through it all the time. And it's unfortunate and it's a shame, but that's where the fear is, you know?
Well, I think it even goes deeper than that, Ruben, because that's the fear being presented within the schools, but it goes to the parents at home. And parents at home have this enormous fear that their children are going to be tainted just because they hear these things. These are the same type of parents a lot of times who feel like, I can't have my kids see a gay person on TV because they're going to become gay just by seeing a gay person. And they feel that if my kids hear that some white person in some other time period of history did bad things, they're going to think all white people are bad. Or if they hear that something bad happened in the United States, they're going to think that all of the United States is bad. And so because of that, that's when they go to the school and like do these toddler tantrums at school boards.
And the right has been really successful. They've got these buzzwords, right? These keywords. And for like the past 10 years, what we've heard is they're indoctrinating your children, right? These liberal universities are indoctrinating your children. These public schools that your tax dollars are paying for are indoctrinating your children into thinking that all white people are bad, right? It's like, spend 45 minutes in the classroom and you'll see, right? That's not the case at all, right? These are facts. But you're right. I mean, I think that's what it is the fear of the power structure, right? It's the same reason why they're complaining that a woman is all of a sudden white men who have had 95% of the Supreme Court positions throughout history now are going to feel unrepresented on the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? It goes back to the same thing. You're right. That's a deeper fear of losing the power balance.
So does that mean I feel like that means that you are going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? When you start hearing the loudest resistance and the loudest feedback in a negative way. So, you know, I mean, I think that's just a necessary evil, man. You just got to eventually, that has to be pushed through.
Yeah.
You know,
but the issue is that
the
issue is that it is moving in the right direction because we are being able to teach accurate history and more fuller parts of history in our classes, but because of these parents coming in and because they are having all of these explosions and protests and banning books that don't even need to be banned, we're not able to move all the way forward, because then those teachers are asked to leave, or those principals are asked to leave, and superintendents are asked to leave, and teachers are told that they can and cannot teach.
Yeah, so like the teachers, as teachers, you got to abide by whatever rules and regulations, you know what I'm saying, that are set there for you. When I'm saying push through, I'm more talking about in a cultural and a political way, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, if we weren't hitting on the sore spot, if we weren't hitting on the weakness, you know what I'm saying, then they really wouldn't be making, you know, if it was shit that really didn't matter, then they wouldn't be making this big of a fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? So this is some shit, you know, because they have an interest to protect. You know what I'm saying?
It's hitting nerves, for sure.
Right, exactly.
Right?
It's hitting nerves.
It's hitting nerves. And that's why representation matters, right? We go back to that. Look at some of the stuff that the Supreme Court is allowing, you know, just this past week. They're going to strike down, right, admittance policies in North Carolina and at Harvard, you know, that account for diversity, right?
Yeah, and never mind all the legacy applications and the bits that they allow.
Right.
But that's not being held to standard. Once again,
and that's why
black and brown people can't be there. My bad, Ruben. My bad.
And you're right.
When I heard that, I got mad.
That's, you know, that is why it's important too, you know, with what's going on with the Supreme Court situation, man, because as you said, you know, these cases, you know, they eventually may make it up to a Supreme Court for a Supreme Court ruling, you know what I mean? So especially with what's going on in the schools as far as what can be taught and what can't be taught, what books, you know, can be read or discussed and whatnot, you know, so yeah, man. I mean, you know, so that's what I'm saying. I think it's just a matter of, it's not going, motherfuckers ain't just going to lay down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was going to say there's an expression out there in the black community that a hit dog will holler.
I love it. That's one of my favorite things to say.
Right.
These folks are hollering because, you know what I'm saying, we've been striking at the heart of the issues and trying, again, teaching the real history that has been buried for years, that was not taught at Blue Valley North. You know what I'm saying? In some other places around the country. It's time for everybody to hear that history, but now it hurts my feelings. Right. So now they holler.
And think about how weak of a fucking argument that is, dog.
How have our feelings felt in all of these years of this country's existence when we've had to learn history, all types of minorities, whether it's racial or able-bodied or anything else, because all you ever hear about is like able-bodied white men and some women, and that's it. And everything else is like slavery. That's all you basically learn in school. So how does that make black people feel?
Slavery.
One of those things, I was going to say, I think, and Roger kind of alluded to it last week, is the old guard, right? So they see that they're losing control. And they see that the old way of thinking and their ship is going down. And so with that, you know, and you can relay it back to, you know, situations in life, when people feel like, or a person or someone feels like they're losing control, they go through desperate measures to try to gain that control back. And so for me, I kind of feel like that's where we're at with the critical race theory too, is that they feel like if we don't do something about this immediately and try to change, or like Ruben said, you know, indoctrinate a different way of thinking about this rather than the real way of thinking about this, then we're going to absolutely lose control. And what we thought we've always had will immediately go away, and we will lose the entire handle on what we thought we had in this country. Because we have a lot of people who are, quote unquote, waking up and understanding that we have been, you know, we've been sheltered and taught bullshit. And now people's eyes are opening to what the bullshit actually really is. And so I think another part of it is that loss of control and that feel of desperation is like, we've got to do something now. And this is something we can start at in the schools at a very young age. We can show them that it's okay, not to, we don't want to make everybody feel bad. We don't want people to feel bad for the sins of your father, but the sins of your father, you're going to have to pay for it. Like, that's just a part of life. Like, you're gonna have to pay for the sins of the father or the sins of the mother, because that's why you are where you are now.
Yeah, I mean, I put it this. I mean,
there is an inheritance tax, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, and they try and get rid of that too. And I think about it this way, man. Like, before Trump, when Trump first said, when they were on stage with 100 Republicans going for the nomination, niggas was partying, motherfuckers was he-heing. This should have never happened. And it went from 100 to 50 to 20 to 10, and that nigga was still there. And motherfuckers was still like, no way, no way. And here we are, that motherfucker's here. You know what I'm saying? And he's been president. And then now here we are post that, and now these motherfuckers are like, well, what else can we do? And motherfuckers are saying, ain't no way they gonna stop us from teaching the history of this country. And here you can have a governor, you have a governor of a state supporting and pushing the bill where teachers, and also we got another clip here, because we talked about motherfuckers wanting to monitor people. Motherfuckers want, well, that's a special agency to monitor elections, but also the same state, they want to monitor teachers and what they're teaching in classrooms. You know what I'm saying? So, it's, when we talk about the fear, that's why Ace made me think about it. The fear is, you're talking about asking teachers to give up their livelihood. That's what's going to come down to if we're not careful. You don't have.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Ruben, before you go in, I want to ask you a question. Where's the lawsuit? Where's the lawsuit here? Like, somebody's got to be able to take this thing up through, the federal court system, the appeals court, and say this got to be unconstitutional.
It got to be. I hope it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of First Amendment implications. As you all know, neither students nor teachers have complete First Amendment freedoms in a school building.
Right.
But for sure, this is something that could get challenged if and when it does get implemented, right?
Is there states' rights involved too?
Is there what?
States' rights involved in that too. Would that be an issue? Or could it be an issue?
Could
I think
be.
it's an impediment.
Yeah.
I think it's an impediment. Yeah.
And for sure that. I don't know how strong teachers unions are in Florida. I know we don't have real powerful unions here in Texas, but you can see the teachers unions kind of banding behind this and challenging it. And here's a problem, Joe, and this is why, sorry to take it back, but this is why Supreme Court picks matter, right? Because where are you going to end up?
Supreme Court.
Right. And everyone in Texas, for example, knows, if you're going to challenge a state policy that's, that 30 years ago would have been declared facially, on its face, constitutionally invalid because of the disparate impact it's having on a minority population, it ain't like that anymore. You're going to bump up against the Fifth Court of Appeals, which is one of the most conservative courts in the country, and if you can get past that, you've got the 6-3 supermajority. That's going to be hard.
But Ruben, as you said, the Warren Court was put in by Eisenhower, a Republican, a conservative president, and it became one of the most liberal courts ever. I'm wondering if this doesn't get to the court and the people, I don't know. That's what Stevens was talking about, that when you're on that court, you're a judge, and you're a judge of all the people. And if this case makes it to the court, if two of the, maybe a Roberts or, whoever else, look at this thing and say, you know what, we can't do this because this is a clear violation of said statute, it be that freedom of speech or, whatever it be.
And we kind of had a shot for a while. I mean, Roberts has actually turned out to be okay. I think, Chief Chief Justice Roberts is one of those guys that just, when he was nominated by Bush, there were some real questions, but he has really taken his role as the Chief Justice very seriously and has sided not always with the right wing of the court. And then, of course, we had Justice Kennedy, who was a swing vote a lot. Now, some of these new folks that have come in, especially Kavanaugh, Barrett, and even Clarence Thomas, who's been there a long time, are so just ideologically unmovable that it's hard to see where that kind of, togetherness is going to come from. You know what I mean? It's really kind of on a place-to-place basis, in some of the bluer northern states, this wouldn't ever fly, and of course down here, the governor in Texas saw that shit from Florence and said, hold my beer, what's this, right? Talk about Nazi policies. That motherfucker said, I want you to go through every school library in the state.
Yeah.
And find me books that might be offensive essentially to white people.
Yeah. Right? And like in bringing this story up and like talking about it, hey, I'm selfish. I got when I hear this shit, you can't. I know Josh Hawley and all these motherfuckers got they binoculars looking down there over at motherfucking at Florida. I got two people on the show who I love who are educators. I got children who are being educated in the state of Missouri, so I know this shit down there in Florida. And now knowing that your wife's an educator, Ruben, I know people who I know, like, and love. This shit's going to affect them if this shit just continues to roll the way it's rolling right now. So yeah, I'm very selfish and biased when I talk about this, because like I know it fucks with people who I care about in my children's livelihood and how they gonna learn to be educated. Man, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we talked about it. Let's let a brother who is at the heart of the debate. It's an 8-minute clip. He pretty much gets his feelings out in the first minute. This is Representative Raymond Alexander talking down in Florida after this quote unquote white discomfort bill gets passed.
Debate was actually offensive, and I'm really sick of this stuff, and it takes a lot to even mentally prepare to participate in this type of situation. I woke up this morning early just to attempt to spiritually prepare myself. And so I hear about guilt and feeling a certain type of way. But you can only imagine how I feel just reading the bill. We can talk about subjectivity, we can talk about objectivity, but when it's all said and done, and I'm going to say this as professionally that I can, y'all got to find another way to communicate to your base.
Boom. Anyway, we can keep moving. He got his point across. Stop talking to your base. Go ahead, John.
You got the fucking white discomfort with the snowflake emoji behind it.
Yes, sir.
And like when we started talking about it, I think Ada alluded to it, that this is going to make some people uncomfortable. What about the fact that we still have plantations on our money?
What about
like Monticello is still on the nickel?
Yes.
Right.
Who the fuck, like, we not getting offended by that shit?
Right.
Like, I don't understand.
Mount Rushmore is a monument to slave owners? I don't. I mean, nigga, but you can't, but like right now, you're debating in Florida if you can even bring that fucking fact up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's the debate.
Exactly.
That's where we at, nigga. I mean, I know you know it, and everybody on the show knows, so we saying it for the audience. But like, that's where we at. What the fuck?
And that was gonna be my next statement, bro. Like, what Joe was saying, like how many people actually even are aware of that fact?
I don't
like how many people even know that.
And that's what's scary though, right? Like I brought it up on this show before. I was the only black male in my nursing class. There was another black female. And I took for granted like the education that my parents gave me outside the classroom. The topic of the Tuskegee experiment was brought up. I was the only person who knew about it outside of my teacher. And there was another black woman in the fucking classroom. And we're not talking about a class of 10. We're talking about at that point in time, before people started failing, we're talking about a class of 50 nursing students. I was the only motherfucker who knew what the Tuskegee experiment was. Education and teaching about the ugliness of this country is fucking essential. It's essential. It makes me upset when I talk to people and they don't know. Like we like oh my God, there's the Oklahoma, the Tulsa City bombing on Watchmen. Did that really happen? Yeah, it happened, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The massacre of Black Wall Street is what I call it.
It didn't happen 200 years ago either, nigga.
1929.
Oh, but you know when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, but you don't know when they was dropping bombs on black people in motherfucking Oklahoma? Anyway, let me destroy my soapbox so we can keep fucking going on. Hey, guess what, y'all? Teachers are mad. We talked about this. Some 200 Missouri and Kansas superintendents may quit amid COVID turmoil. Hostile parents. Thank y'all for the great segue.
Yes.
Superintendent Mark Snow was already thinking about retiring after 30 years as an educator, but his last 2 years of navigating COVID-19 shutdowns and this should have been in all caps, parental hostility over mask wearing in curriculum left him with no doubt that it was time to go. I'm not going to lie, said Snow, who heads the Grain Valley School District. The hostile environment made it a lot easier to write my letter. I know that motherfucker was just one word, bye. But that's crazy. It's crazy. Like 30 years, all the bullshit he's seen in the last 2 years is what's broke this man.
Yeah. It took 2 years of bullshit to break him.
And I don't know.
It's probably the blatant disregard for I know you guys as teachers see it every day. Just the blatant disregard of what you guys have to deal with every day, not just dealing with other people's kids, but dealing with their parents and then dealing with their parents' opinions of what they think a school setting should look like. And then, their disregard for, the whole mask thing is ridiculous to begin with itself. The whole idea that you're infringing upon my rights because I want you to help us protect everybody. That shit is crazy. So, just the disregard for what these people do every day and what these educators deal with every day, I would imagine he would just, flip him the bird and be like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here. I'm done with this shit. Fuck this shit.
We found something out, AC, all these last 2 years. We figured out that a lot of people think public education is a daycare. Not a place where you send your child to learn from a trusted, educated individual. A lot of motherfuckers think middle school, elementary, high school is a goddamn daycare. And we the last 2 years we found that fucking out.
Wow.
See, don't forget. I was going to say, you said trusted. Don't forget credential.
My bad. Credential. That's a better word. Thank you, bro.
Certified.
Credential, certified, trusted, underpaid. Hold on. Let's add underpaid. Not respected.
Very underpaid.
I mean, nigga, a book of words can go to that.
Yeah.
Well, I bet it opened a lot of these motherfucking parents' eyes when they had to deal with this shit themselves. And had to try, and like, oh, we can't send them nowhere, and they got to sit here, and we actually have to help educate them and help make sure they stay on top of their shit. Yeah, you got to understand, that you're not just paying somebody to babysit your child. You're actually paying somebody because just like us, when we go to work 8, 9, 10 hours, however many hours we work per day, you are entrusting these people with the development of your child. And I don't think a lot of people were able to actually physically see that until they asses had to stay at home and watch them, try to handle what these educators deal with on a daily basis, 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. You know what I mean?
And that's just the 8 hours there with the kids.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
Because I know, you'd think my wife was the lawyer, the way the work goes at home. You know what I mean? Now I look over, it's 11:30 midnight. She's still working on lesson plans. She's still cutting stuff out. She's still putting her Google Classroom together. I'm like, damn, I mean, I've got my day's done, and her day, after dinner, there's a whole nother shift for her,
Yep.
to prep for the following day.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's crazy. See.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Salute.
That's dedication.
That's why whenever we have shows, we talk about education. It's always respect, man, because people don't understand. Yo, little Billy, little Bobby, Karen, all them mouth breathing motherfuckers. Matter of fact, put a mask on them, because some of y'all don't make y'all kids brush their teeth. So the mask is probably helping.
Right.
Outside of COVID. But yeah, man, your kids ain't shit.
Yeah.
Because you ain't shit. And here we are.
So the one thing go ahead.
No, I'm done, dog, but go ahead.
So what I was going to say is the one good thing that COVID has really taught us, especially people who have at least common sense, has taught us how fucked up the human race is. You have on one end, you have people who wants to be safe, who wants to follow the rules, who wants to do the right thing to, at least deal with this situation at hand. And then at the other spectrum, you have the people that is ready to get back to their normal lives and everything like that without following the rules and succumbing to the consequences of,
Man, fuck all that. It's a fucking mask. Put it on, bro. We ain't asking you to we ain't asking you to put a 50-pound vest on. We ain't asking you to fucking go out and pick cotton. We ain't asking you to, after you leave your place of employment, to go to another town because this is a goddamn sundown town, nigga. Put a fucking mask on, bro. We asking you to put a fucking cloth on. Half you motherfuckers out there eating booty holes and dirty pussy and sucking unclean dicks. You can put a mask on, dog. It's that simple. It's really that goddamn simple. Put a mask on. We ain't that. You won't get vaccinated? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Shout out to all the unclean dick suckers out there.
Yeah, all the unclean dick suckers. Shout out to you. You are underappreciated. You know what I'm saying?
That's really disgusting.
Yeah, somebody almost threw up on the show. But the end of the day is
make the world go round.
I'm just saying, dog. We in a society where we babying motherfuckers so much, dog. It's like we got to the point where we went from everybody get vaccinated to just put a cloth over your fucking face. That's all we asking you to do, dog.
Yep. Hey, but you know how it works, man. Everybody gets a fucking medal. So
you can get a medal. You know what?
Can you imagine these people around when they were handing out polio vaccines?
Man, we would still have polio, dog. Niggas would still be fucked up. We would all be in them big ass vaccines. We all be in them big ass iron lungs right now, dog.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
It does show how you said 10. You said it shows how fucked up the human race is. But just to take it a step further, it shows how selfish and uneducated and uninformed a lot of these motherfuckers are, man.
True.
It's true. Y'all know what time it is. Thanos is right. Hey, before we move on though, here is a nursery of coons with a slave master. Say no more. And I still think that's Brian Pumper. I don't care what y'all say. No one has said it's not. Hey, dog. Hey. You know what? Let's do some what if. Let's imagine if that was Barack Obama at his house with a picture of him shaking hands with Kim Jong-un. They burned this motherfucking planet down. Anyway, fuck them. All right, moving on. Racist text message. What? Somebody say something? Anyway, racist text messages from the racist who killed Ahmaud Arbery, my bad. I'm shocked and surprised that they would have racist text messages.
Men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery are in federal court today to face hate crime charges. Travis McMichael,
You know what? I knew it wasn't just me. These niggas spelled his name wrong in this motherfucking subtext. God damn it.
Father Greg and their neighbor William Roddy Bryan were sentenced to life in prison last month for the February 2020 killing. Federal prosecutors want to introduce text messages that they say show Bryan's hostility toward African Americans. His attorneys want to keep an eye out, saying they are, quote, highly inflammatory and would create some bias amongst jurors. First Coast News is, of course, inside of that courtroom today, and we will keep you up to date on the very latest from Brunswick. But unlike in the state murder cases, cameras are not allowed inside of federal court. Jury will begin in this case.
We can't allow the bias that these white men had against this black man to introduce bias into their court hearing. Or I guess their sentencing. My bad. Don't do that.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
We declared in 2020, I think it was, or towards the end of 2020, that Georgia was the asshole of America.
We did.
For that year.
We did.
That year.
I think Georgia bounced back hard in 21.
Came back hard.
They bounced back real hard in 21. So
yes, they did.
We in 22, but we didn't do it in the year in the wars. What was the asshole of America in 2021?
Damn, good question.
It might be.
I don't know who the asshole is, but I go back to what I was watching, a Patton Oswalt comedy show. That motherfucker said Florida is America's dick. It is America's defeat dick.
Florida continues to work hard underneath the veil of justice.
I might say Texas might have done it last year. They had that last year. What was it, February? This time, I think it was this week last year. The snowstorm that wasn't really a snowstorm that knocked shit out. You had all the vaccine stuff, the virus
Texas
stuff last year.
So you gonna open those wounds? That's what y'all doing? Y'all gonna open those wounds?
Sorry.
Yeah.
But it happened in 21, man.
Because they had our law race theory, and then they refused to shovel the fucking snow, and all the power went out. Texas might be it. That's a good
and all the Democrats left. When they left the state, trying to hold up the vote on the really restrictive voter ID laws that were passed anyway.
And then you gerrymandered the motherfucker too.
Hold on though. Hold on.
But Texas got Joe Rogan though, man. So that make it all good.
No.
Oh, they don't make it all good.
Wow. Because I was about to say why.
And Joe Rogan in Florida? He's in Florida.
No, Austin, Texas.
But hold on though. While not a state, it's a district. They allowed a bunch of white people to come in, fuck up all their shit, and leave without being arrested.
You said what now?
DC, the Capitol building. They allow a bunch of white people to come in, storm their shit, fuck everything up, and no one got arrested.
Right.
That's true.
Well,
they got 30 days.
So maybe America's the asshole of America.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Triple B's coming for you.
It might be the black eye, man. I don't
the black eye. The black eye. They were stomping out. They were stomping out the Capitol Police on TV.
I'm not putting that on DC though. That wasn't the mayor of DC. That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That was.
That's why I say
it's not being an asshole.
I don't know, bro. That's asshole. Like that is a. Like I'm like if you say yeah, man, white people come here sometime, they just break shit and leave. I'm like I'm not coming to your district, bro. No, I feel you though. No, Texas did. They did show their ass. It was like people dying. And they were like, we can't help you.
And Ted Cruz went on vacation.
And Ted Cruz tried to go to Cancun.
Ted Cruz said, bye.
And the only reason why he came back is he got caught on camera, nigga. Oh, shit.
That's a good call. Texas
By his daughter.
Yeah, his daughter don't fuck with him.
His daughter snitched on his ass.
This is sad. Family of Pennsylvania black man calls his death a modern day lynching. Peter Bernardo Spencer was only. First of all,
right there.
I don't try to blame the victim, but as I said in the chat group, like when my wife and I'm saying when my white friends invite me places.
No, I'm just reading the caption. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, when my white friends invite me places, I usually ask where y'all going, and if I feel like I'm gonna be the only nigga there. I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to make it.
I mean, that's gotta be clue number one. You know what I mean? That's gotta be, come on now.
Not only is the only black person, he's going camping.
It's
like all the things that you don't do as a black person.
As a black man.
Yeah. If you've seen Deliverance.
The four major red flags.
He was Jamaican, man.
And that's the problem. Nobody tells that.
He said, Mama Clyde, they won't kill me. Everything will be Irish.
Nobody told us about the four major red flags somebody should told this nigga about. The four major red flags somebody should told this nigga about is A, is white people. B, there's gonna be alcohol. C, there's gonna be guns. And D is gonna be in the woods, nigga. That's a cock.
Well, hold on. You forgot about D. You gonna be the only nigga there.
Yeah,
nigga, that is literally the first 10 minutes of your best horror movie.
I'm saying it's Deliverance. It's Deliverance, bro.
This is the scariest Deliverance ever because in this version of Deliverance, motherfucking Burt Reynolds and everybody try to find this nigga still trying to escape.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way worse. Even the hillbillies gonna be trying to find this nigga. Okay. So the family of Pittsburgh black man who was fatally shot 9 times while on the camping trip a month ago in rural Pennsylvania.
In the back. Yeah.
Has voiced frustration with handling of their son's death by authorities and have called his death a modern-day lynching, according to NBC News. Peter Bernardo Spencer, a 29-year-old black man, was shot multiple times on December 12th at a residence in Rockland Township, Pennsylvania. Spencer was invited on a trip by a former co-worker. Well, if he's dead, I guess he is former. And was the only black man on the trip. Sorry.
Just like the former Delta president.
Yeah, my bad. I had to do it. Yeah, like this, my bad. This is really this shit is like that young boy the young boy they found a couple years ago, rolled up in that fucking wrestling mat in a gym, and they said he rolled himself up into the mat. This is what this smells of, bro.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. He rolled himself up while he was dead. Rolled himself up into the wrestling mat.
Yeah, so they saying this brother, there was like drugs, multiple firearms, controlled substances, other items were seized on the scene. An autopsy was completed on December 14th. The findings are pending toxicology and laboratory results. I mean, we'll keep an eye on this, but I'm sure they're going to.
The nigga got shot back 9 times. And none of them motherfuckers know anything about it.
No one knows anything.
Nobody knows shit.
He just fell.
Nigga,
they said
Did you see it said right there they were released after consultation with the district attorney?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's something we learned from the Ahmaud Arbery case, right?
Indeed.
Is that first level district attorney, those positions are local as hell, man. I mean, you can't ever trust that.
Yeah.
Shit, they probably in the same poker game.
Same poker game. Did I don't know. We were all sleeping, then we heard Bummer Clyde, and we woke up. He was dead.
All right, nigga, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody sees it, did it really fall? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dog. This shit is crazy though, dog. Shot 9 times in the back, and then as Ruben pointed out, consulted with the DA, and everybody went home.
Everybody went home safe.
Everybody went to the house.
Back to their life.
I mean, it's time for that. A time to kill moment where it's just flipped around. Now imagine he was white and everybody was black.
I mean, it sounds like a movie where you take a nigga out in the woods and release him, and that motherfucker becomes a game.
Wasn't that movie? Was it Trespass?
With Ice-T.
Yeah,
That's a movie with Ice-T.
Yeah, Trespass. Is that Trespass? Out of the game. My bad. Out of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
They captured that nigga and let him go free, and it was basically a bunch of white men chasing him down for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they're not buying them hamburgers anymore. You know what I mean? They bought Dylan Roof some Burger King, so.
Oh my God, I hate it here.
I mean, at least they're not taking him out to dinner anymore. Shit.
Hey, you pieces of shit in Florida. This is the reason why we gotta talk about lynching and race, because this shit's still happening.
Yeah. So that was Florida.
No, this ain't Florida. This is Pennsylvania. But I'm saying I'm shitting it down to Florida, saying this is the reason why these talks must happen.
How about second Florida out to a head start in 2022, man?
I hate everybody.
A big head start.
You know who's out to a bigger head start? Houston.
Well played transition.
I couldn't help it. Since January 23, additional murders have taken place in Houston. According to HPD, there have been 41 homicides through the morning of January 25th.
No, nigga, it's up to 46 now, sir.
Wow, y'all putting in work. Y'all niggas need to take a nap.
4 more days. So that's like.
We still got 4 more days
That
left.
doesn't even make any sense, bro.
That's that fucking inflation.
It's the price of wood.
They got inflation murder numbers. It's really only 10, but because of inflation, they had to adjust it.
Murders don't get you as much as they used to. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
As much as they used to.
This man. Oh my
hey,
God.
you know when you laughing at niggas get shot in the parking lot of the Shell station, that's what Houston is, bro.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
By the
here.
way,
that's what we do here.
Since we're talking about Houston, shout out to Harris County Judge Lena Santos. Look her up.
Right. For sure.
She's a cutie, man.
Oh, shout out.
Represented.
I love it.
Can she go on the court?
In Texas, we call them constitutional county judges. So she's like the head of the county, basically.
Okay.
I'm
trying to get Joe Biden to recognize her and get that nomination, man.
Joe?
I don't know if she's a lawyer or not.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Since we just shouting out people, shout out to Sylvia Winston, Duke Law School graduate. Put her on the bench. There we go.
Shout out.
Oh shit! Oh my God, this is all bad. Georgia pastor wife arrested after 8 found locked in basement.
God damn!
What's the date on this?
Georgia.
January 27th.
Says
okay.
you cannot outdo us.
A Georgia pastor and wife were arrested and charged. The police found 8 people locked in the basement of their home, according to NBC News. Curtis Bankston and his wife, Sophia Sim Bankston, were charged with false imprisonment. The police learned the people in the basement had mental and physical disabilities and were essentially imprisoned against their will, which created an extreme hazard as the individuals could not exist. Exit the residence. No, so they spelled that all wrong. Exit the residence if there was an emergency. So basically, they were like, yeah, it's bad that y'all had people who were disabled in the basement, but because they couldn't leave on their own free will, that's the reason why we got to arrest you, not because you kept them as slaves. Police called out the couple's abuse of power as originally if both frightening and disgusting to see the degree to which the individuals have been taken advantage of by people who were in the position of trust, police said in a statement. Yeah, this is all bad. You shouldn't be locking people in your basement. Amen. I think this is from 10's neck of the woods. Holly Grove shootout injuries. Holly Grove shootout injures bystanders near soccer field where children were playing. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. Let the babies play soccer.
Yeah. So, I mean, the babies, they're out, just typical day, soccer practice and everything like that. And all of a sudden there's a shootout.
Did they say why? Do you know why?
They didn't say exactly why.
Not there's a good reason.
Yeah. There's never a good reason for a shootout. But anyway,
I mean, it might be a good reason.
They need you back home, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
So there was reports of one car was struck with more than 60 bullets.
Yeah, they said 60 shots were fired, and
yeah.
that more than 100 little girls in nearby practicing soccer, man. So that's bad, man. Come on. Let's do better, y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Send in the asteroid, please.
Yeah. Here's some video of, this is Clayton Looney, a professor. Wow. A professor at the University of Montana, calling his biracial daughter the N-word. I love you, Daddy.
Hi. Hey, what's up, Gilly? What's up? What's up, my little smoking nigga?
What?
What?
Little nigga, Once again, Florida. This is
He
why.
got caught on a Ring doorbell. Shit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, little nigga. Nigga.
He ain't safe nowhere no more.
Hey, speaking of not safe, hold on, y'all. If you ever come to Kansas City and you in a truck that is higher, what is it, 10 feet, 11 feet?
12
feet.
12 feet.
12-foot bridge. It's the bridge on Independence Avenue.
Independence Avenue.
Right by where I go. It's right where I go shopping for groceries. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Do not test the bridge. It's unfucking defeated.
No, we yeah. You can go there.
You can go there
if you got a CDL. If you want to keep that CDL, do not go down Independence Avenue.
No, at all. Not in that portion of it.
Hold on. Let me wind this back here. God damn it. Hold on. No. Wind this back. As you see, there's a truck coming. I wasn't ready when I saw the video. This nigga lost for real. Boom! Undefeated. Heavyweight champion of the world.
That bridge has its own Facebook page and Twitter account.
Check it out. Independence Avenue Bridge. Oh, shit.
Hey, dog, I don't know why they do it. They ain't got, what's that, Waze or why the little driving app? They should, all truckers should have that app. Waze. Let them know, do not come down this road, my nigga.
No. There's a former coworker I have that she used to work at the school that's right around the corner from there.
Uh-huh.
And so every time the Bridges account, you know what I'm saying, posts something about another car, you know, another can getting opened up. You know, we kind of passed that shit back and forth, and so I sent her this one. I said, "Oh man, you've been liking the little pictures of the aftermath. You're gonna love this because that shit was the live action."
Live action, dog. I wasn't ready.
Like, that motherfucker was just undeterred. I'm going underneath this bridge. Didn't slow down anything.
Hey dog, is
what the fuck's going on?
Hey dog, is that bridge built of vibranium? It might be.
Cause everybody hit that bitch.
Hey, speaking of getting hit, if you get hit in the parking lot, here's what you do.
Bro, these niggas hit me in the parking lot, bro. We about to be paid. Play that, bro. Play that. You already know the vibes. Bro, what the You lying. No, y'all hit me. What are they doing in the front seats? Oh my. You hit them, bro. Not you again. No, bro, they hit me, bro. Look, he crying because they know he did it. Are you serious? Bro, these niggas hit me.
The law officers of Reuben,
they stupid.
Call them if you find yourselves in such a predicament. Hey, that baby, I wasn't ready for the baby in the front seat, nigga. I almost lost it.
That's in Brooklyn.
Now, what took me out is how this nigga was at the end talking to him.
Standing.
And all of a sudden, he was hit and his shoe was off.
His shoe was like the shoe that was off was like where he was standing at originally. That's what fucked me up too. And I think old boy in the first car in the back seat, he was in the baby seat. And the baby was in the front seat. Nigga, it's so much. It was funny as as y'all can see, we definitely into the fuckery of the show. Hey, so do y'all watch these like slapping events?
Oh shit.
Slap offs?
Yeah, I seen one in
I see him every now and again.
Yeah.
Okay. So understand this. These men, and there are women that do it too, but I think it's mostly men on this next video. Yeah, dog, you can't slap me like this and I not fight you. Like, we gonna have to fight, nigga, because there are some people where you can see the sweat coming off their body.
Hey man, you gotta have a trained neck for this though. You get smacked like that.
You got what's that word? You gotta have a sturdy constitution. What is it? That the word? You gotta. Let's go live to the scene, Chuck.
This nigga here the all day.
I'm not doing this.
Hey, but I got a question. So the second nigga was the most vicious one.
Yes.
I know you haven't done it in a while. Nigga, is that a block or a charge?
That's a no call, dog. We gonna call no call.
Yeah, that's a no call.
Ball.
Yeah, we're gonna take that shit.
Well, my question is, like the second little white dude with the tattoos on his face.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. What is the weight class requirement? Because it's obvious that nigga was fighting way above his weight class, bro.
That is a block. He got the nigga's way. That is a block.
Hold on. Oh shit. Yeah. I lost y'all. Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay, that's. Oh, I fucked up the order. We'll talk about that later though. Yeah. What? Oh shit. Turn this volume up too. I brought this to the group. I thought it was cute. Spider-Verse. 2 different black Spider-Men. What would happen?
Nah, wait, so you're saying in this universe, Spider-Man's black? White? Hold on, so let me get this straight. Do you still know an Iron Man? You mean the Tungsten Gentleman? What about Doctor Strange? You're talking about Mr. Weird? Do you have an Aunt May? We got Mima June, the Green Goblin, had the Turquoise Troll. Are you still talking to Mary Jane? Her name's Happy Dust. You know Captain America? You mean Lieutenant Germany? The Winter Soldier? The Summer Marine? Black Panther? We got the White Puma. What the hell is not no Spider-Man? Not now. So you're telling me you ain't got the Guardians of the Galaxy? Nah, we got the Supervisors of the Solar System. What about Ant-Man? Termite Buddy. Thanos? Kratos. Do you even have the Avengers? We got the Retaliators. Oh, no, I had enough. Why Spike Lee? Why? His name is Stanley.
His name is... Why Spike Lee? Why? His name is Stanley.
Stanley.
I don't know why.
So we have the Retaliators.
Hey, dog, the Retaliators and the Supervisors of the Solar System, nigga.
Why Spike Lee?
Hey, the Supervisors of the Solar System. I was at work howling, nigga. Oh shit! You know what? I did this last on purpose because I knew we have a friend here that
Yeah.
Boom, doom, doom, doom.
Hold on. Let me rewind this.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, 10, you ready?
No.
I feel like this might be a blocker charge.
I wasn't ready on Tuesday night when I found out.
Hey. It's your old friend here, KC Stork. He ain't dead, y'all, but he gone. Saints head coach Payton stepping away from football. He said, fuck the Saints. He said, I can't win. I got a I got a fucking 6'8", 290-pound quarterback that can't complete a pass. Jameis, crab legs. Winston ain't got no legs. How the fuck?
Because he tore his ACL.
How the fuck am I supposed to win a Super Bowl, nigga? I got a defense that can't defend. You know what? I'm gonna take a year off and come back and be a Cowboy. Anyway, yeah. How you feeling, 10?
I feel, confident. I feel confident.
Confident about what?
Confident, right? Yeah.
I feel real confident about it.
I feel
in successive years, you've lost the two most important people in the franchise history.
Those.
Yeah.
Maybe he just feels confident that the coach is actually really leaving, because I think that's the only thing to be confident about.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
He done. He done.
Yeah, done. When they said done, I was like, done. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, my new team will be the Chiefs.
No.
I'll be jumping on that bandwagon pretty soon.
Ain't no more room. Ain't no more room, nigga. We didn't already kick the niggas off who were actually Chiefs fans who said that they wasn't gonna make it. We didn't already kick them niggas off. You can't come.
I never. One thing. That's the one thing I have never said. I never said the Chiefs wasn't gonna make it. I just wasn't rooting for them.
Hey, speaking of
what's the difference?
Chiefs.
Go ahead.
Chiefs and blocker charge. 13 seconds without a blocker charge. All right.
By the way, that's all kinds of. I don't know. I guess that was a charge.
Nah, nigga, that was a full-blown block. They was in the way.
I will say though.
Hey, when they made that touchdown, all I saw was okay. Bill's gonna win the game or whatever, because they all celebrating hoo and ha and everything, and then they shifted over there to Mahomes and everything, and I'm like, Mahomes is like peeking that clock saying, watch this.
Kels in them. Hey, all I know about yes, Sean Payton did some things, but all I know is about y'all as far as recent history is, y'all were the victims of the most egregious non-call that led to so much bullshit of just niggas be able to review calls that referees still were not going to overturn.
No.
Yeah, that pass.
That pass interference no call.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I mean, hey, best of luck to Sean. I mean, he did give that city something to root for and cheer for, especially with all the bullshit that y'all had to go through outside of football. So
yeah, and we had a Super Bowl out of it. So
yeah. I mean, great coach. Great coach. I know people, debating why this, why that, and that's the joke that Joe said in the pregame. They said 16 years, but it's only 15 because that nigga had to sit down for one.
Yeah, he had to sit out for one.
and Kevin James is playing him in the movie, so
yeah,
he's got that going for him.
I saw that. I was like,
"What you talking about? Hold on, what?"
Okay. Yeah, there's a movie coming out with Kevin James.
It's already out. It's on Netflix now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So they're basically taking some liberties. That year he took off, I think he did coach like a little league or middle school football team or some shit.
Oh yeah.
So they're taking some liberties of that, and they made a movie out of it. Zeb.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. About his life. Okay.
No word.
Shit, that's funny.
I don't know.
New to me.
I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I like old
Sounds
boy.
horrible.
Yeah, I like old boy, so I might.
I like Kevin James. Yeah.
Yeah, I might watch in the background while I do other shit and I pay attention to it.
So they made the mall cop the Saints coach.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. You said it perfectly. Yes. Yes.
The King of Queens.
King of Queens. Yes.
The King of Queens.
Yes. Yes. Anyway. Oh, I thought. So you gonna be okay, 10? Oh, damn! I forgot about this nigga. Damn, he should have been moved up. I don't want to close out on this, but fuck it, he's here. Arkansas man charged with murder for allegedly punching girlfriend's 1-year-old in the chest and lacerating baby's heart.
Kill him.
Nigga, you took the air out of my fucking balloon, bro. What are you doing?
Man.
Hey.
Crush that motherfucker's genitals, man.
Isn't a show like that?
My bad. Hold on. Hopefully in jail they be doing.
Damn, did you play Lonely Man? Him in jail.
No, he need to be dead.
Nah, they need that nigga to scar. They need to put that nigga in prison and get that nigga a scarlet letter that tells exactly what the fuck he did. Put his ass in gym pop and see what happened.
I didn't even know the Amish got down like that. My bad. It's gonna, unless you go to the show notes, that joke will be lost on you.
Call him the Amish.
I didn't know.
Damn.
My bad. Yeah. Jared Lee Ball, you need to get your ass kicked, bro.
How about they just put that motherfucker in behind a horse and let that motherfucker kick him in his chest?
Or they could just put him. They could just put him behind my car when I back out of my driveway in the morning, and I would do the state some justice and go about my business and go to work like that never happened.
Yeah, save Arkansas some money.
Yep, Arkansas. Ooh, leading, trying to get into the race early, but anyway, fuck him. All right, man. Tad's been tabulated. Anything to add?
No, I'm good.
Congratulations, Texas, for your victory for 2021.
Congratulations. You motherfucker.
Represent.
Hey, and then congratulations to Houston for being, the murder capital of the world.
Holy shit.
And for having the cutest county judge in the state.
Oh, shit. Wow. I didn't even see this.
Everybody's gonna be looking her up after the show. I know they are.
Do it.
Lena Santos, I think. Is that her name? Let's see.
He's on TV every day.
No, I'm sorry. Lena Hidalgo. Hidalgo. Lena Hidalgo.
Oh my God. Wow.
All these murders, she's on TV every day, brother.
Bruh, they be listening. I brought up a boy that got rolled up in that mat, and there he is right there. Sheriff finds no file. Wow. Let's get out of here. Oh my God. I hate this planet. Thanos, where are you at? All right. So no one else has anything to say. We've done our part. There's fuckery.
Oh.
Huh? Someone said,
go ahead.
What are you saying?
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fuck for right now. Fuck Florida. They in the lead. Fuck you, Texas. Everybody except for Ruben and his family.
There you go.
And AC.
And
Lady Lavender's family. Lady Lavender's family. Yeah. All the people that we know and like, except for y'all, fuck Texas. Fuck Florida. There we go. Nothing else to say. Everybody good. We here. Time to get out this motherfucker. Ruben. 10 meters, Zeb the Soldier, Slim AC, Lady Lavender, half of the Brothers of Doom, Joe Jeff. I'm the KC Stork, Brothers Breaking Bread, Triple B.
Never, ever.
Miss a moment to break bread with your brothers. We out.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.